Hi, Andrew from SACS. What's happening to the IQ of the world? Is it going up or going down? Well, in fact, the question is a very interesting one. Here you see data over decades from this article by Peachnik and colleagues, and what you'll see is that just after 1905 they started measuring cognitive ability in a range of different ways. Cognitive ability is the same as IQ, and what you see here is that over decades, up until 2020 or so, you're showing a rise in cognitive ability over those decades. This is a thing called the Flynn Effect. It was discovered by a gentleman by the name of Flynn and was documented, and it's been demonstrated that cognitive ability over decades has risen. But there is contradictory evidence. Some years ago, a number of databases started to show decline in cognitive ability, and in fact this is a study from Scandinavia. They're indicating around about the late 1970s, cognitive ability actually started to decline. And you see the data is presented in three forms here. You've got all families, and that means all of the families in Scandinavia at the time, measured in thousands of people. Then you have two brother sample, and what that's measuring is within family cognitive ability. And that's a really important piece of data, because when cognitive ability rises or declines, one of the things that we absolutely know is that it has a strong genetic component. If it's declining, and it's declining at the population level, but you measure it within family, two brothers, and it shows decline over time, then of course you can say that genetics is out of the equation. And that's exactly what this study discovered. This third sample, selection corrected, controlled for a number of potential measurement areas, and what you see is that that's also showing a very similar rate of decline. So if it's not genetic, what is going on? Well, the alternative to genetic is environmental. And there are really a couple of theories that are advanced about this. One is education. Education these days tends to be more humanistic and less process-orientated, less explicit learning than it was 30 or 40 years ago. And some people believe that that has caused a decline in IQ. A second theory is outsourcing our brain's challenges to technology. So if you need to navigate somewhere these days, you don't have to look it up on a map. You simply get out your phone to tell you where to go and where to turn and where to stop and all of those sorts of things. So we know that certain parts of the brain, in fact almost the entire brain, the less you use it, the more you're going to lose its function. So that could be part of an explanation as well. In any event, one of the things that's very interesting is that if we continue to see a decline in cognitive ability, we do know that cognitive ability correlates with things like violence. Does this indicate that potentially down the track, especially because some of the data is showing relatively rapid declines in cognitive ability, will we see social ills arise from that? The jury is still out on that. If you're interested in pursuing any of the things that I've raised in this video, don't hesitate to click on the link near this video. And if you found this valuable, like and subscribe.